Have you ever watched a drama and suddenly realized, wait, this isn't just entertainment? This is teaching me something real about life? That's exactly what happens with certain Korean dramas that quietly slip in parenting lessons while telling emotional, suspenseful, and unforgettable stories. And what makes it even more interesting is that these lessons don't just apply to parents. They apply to anyone who has ever been a child, anyone who has ever felt misunderstood, pressured, or deeply loved. Today, we're going to talk about 7 Korean dramas that don't just make you cry or binge watch all night, but actually make you reflect on what it means to protect, support, and truly understand a child. And I want you to really think about this as we go, because some of these stories might challenge what you believe about parenting, family, and even yourself. Angry Mom 2015. There is something incredibly powerful about a parent who refuses to stay silent when their child is suffering. And Angry Mom shows that in the most dramatic and unforgettable way. This drama follows Jo Kang-ja, a mother who literally goes back to high school disguised as a student to protect her daughter from bullying. Just think about that for a second. Most parents would complain to teachers or the school administration, but Kang-ja takes it further because she realizes the system itself is broken. What I love about this story is that Kang-ja isn't a perfect mother. She has a troubled past, she made mistakes, and she carries regrets. But instead of letting her past define her, she uses it as strength to protect her child. And honestly, I think that's one of the most realistic portrayals of parenting. Parents don't suddenly become perfect just because they have kids. They grow alongside their children. This drama also raises an important question for all of us watching. If you discovered your child was being bullied and no one was helping, how far would you go? Would you fight the system, or would you accept it? Because Kang-ja reminds us that sometimes love means stepping into uncomfortable places to protect the people who matter most. Sky Castle 2018. Now, this drama might make you uncomfortable, and that's exactly why it's so important. Sky Castle tells the story of wealthy parents who become obsessed with turning their children into academic trophies. They hire expensive tutors, control every aspect of their children's lives, and believe they are securing their children's future. But here's the truth, the drama slowly reveals. They're not raising children, they're creating pressure. And pressure eventually breaks people. What hit me the hardest while watching this drama is how realistic it feels. Even outside Korea, many parents believe they know what's best for their children. They think pushing harder equals better results. But Sky Castle shows the emotional damage that can happen when children live someone else's dream instead of their own. It makes you ask a very uncomfortable question. Are these parents doing this for their children's happiness or for their own pride? And I want to ask you directly, do you think strict parenting creates stronger children, or does it create more fragile adults? Because this drama suggests that success without emotional support can feel empty, and sometimes the cost of ambition is the relationship itself. Mother 2018. Mother is not an easy drama to watch, but it is one of the most meaningful. It tells the story of a teacher who rescues a child from an abusive home, even if it means breaking the law. What makes this drama so powerful is the idea that motherhood is not defined by biology, but by love, sacrifice, and protection. The teacher didn't give birth to the child, but she chose to become her safe place. And that choice changes both of their lives forever. Watching this drama really makes you rethink what it means to be a parent. Is being a parent simply about giving birth, or is it about showing up when a child needs you the most? Because this drama argues that true parenting is about emotional presence. It's about making a child feel safe in a world that can sometimes be cruel. And I think this applies beyond parenting. Sometimes, the people who save us are not the ones who brought us into the world, but the ones who refuse to abandon us. I'm curious what you think about this. Do you believe love alone can define a parent? Or does biology still matter more? Children of Nobody. This drama takes a darker, more psychological approach, but its parenting message is just as strong. It follows a child counselor who begins to uncover disturbing truths about abused children while dealing with her own emotional struggles. What stands out here is how the drama shows that parenting is not just about physical care, but emotional awareness. Children don't always say what they feel. Sometimes their pain hides behind silence, behavior, or even poetry, as shown in this story. And I think this reflects something very real. Many parents focus on providing food, education, and shelter, but emotional connection is just as important. A child can have everything materially but still feel alone. This drama also shows something else that feels very honest. Parents are human. They get stressed, overwhelmed, and emotionally exhausted. But the key difference is whether they allow that pain to hurt their children or whether they protect their children from it. Watching this makes you reflect on your own childhood. Were the adults around you emotionally present, or were they just physically there? When the Camellia Blooms, this drama tells the story of a single mother who raises her son while facing judgment from society. And honestly, this story feels incredibly important, especially because single parents are often misunderstood or underestimated. Oh Dong-baek is not rich, powerful, or perfect. She is simply determined. She works hard, endures criticism, and puts her child first, no matter how difficult life becomes. What I love most about this drama is how it shows that strength doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes strength is waking up every day and continuing, even when the world is against you. It also challenges the stigma around single parenting. Society often assumes children need a complete family to be happy. But this drama shows that love and emotional support matter more than numbers. It makes you question whether society judges parents too quickly without understanding their struggles. And I want to ask you this honestly. Do you think a single parent can provide the same emotional stability as two parents? Or do you think the challenges are too great? Birth Care Center. This drama offers a very honest and sometimes even uncomfortable look at new motherhood, especially for women balancing career and family. It follows a successful executive who suddenly finds herself completely unprepared for the reality of caring for a newborn. And I think this is something many people don't talk about enough. Society often assumes parenting comes naturally, especially to mothers. But Birth Care Center shows that parenting is learned. It's messy, confusing, exhausting, and sometimes even frightening. What makes this drama special is how vulnerable the main character is. She doesn't pretend to know everything. She asks questions, she struggles, she learns. And that's actually what makes her a good parent. Because being a good parent isn't about knowing everything from the start. It's about being willing to grow. It also shows the importance of community. Parenting is not something anyone should have to do alone. Support from others can make all the difference. And it makes me wonder, why does society expect parents to be perfect when parenting itself is a learning process? Green Mothers Club. This drama explores something many people don't expect, the competition between parents. It shows how mothers compare their children, judge each other, and sometimes lose sight of what truly matters. What I find fascinating about this drama is how it exposes the insecurity behind parenting. Many parents don't just worry about their child's happiness, they worry about how their child compares to others. And that pressure can affect both the parent and the child. But this drama also shows a healthier alternative, supporting a child for who they are instead of who society expects them to be. One of the most meaningful messages here is that every child develops differently. Intelligence, talent, and confidence cannot be forced. They must be nurtured with patience. Watching this makes you realize that parenting is not a competition, but a relationship. And I think this applies to life in general. When we stop comparing and start understanding, relationships become stronger. Do you think parents today focus too much on comparison instead of emotional support? After watching these dramas, one thing becomes very clear. Parenting is not about control, perfection, or social status. It's about presence, understanding, and growth. And even if you're not a parent, these stories still matter because they help you understand the people who raised you and maybe even heal parts of yourself you didn't realize were still hurting. Some parents protect fiercely like an angry mom. Some make mistakes like in Sky Castle. Some choose love even without obligation like in Mother. And some struggle quietly while doing their best like in Birth Care Center. But the common thread is simple. Parenting is not about being flawless. It's about trying, learning, and loving despite fear and uncertainty. And now I want to hear from you. Which of these dramas affected you the most? And did it change the way you see parents or yourself?